Good morning. It's Friday. It's 4:30 a.m. I made it to the gym. Absolutely sure is what you have to be. I set a new goal and I told my son what it was. I said I want to read 3 books in 1 week. When I got on this journey, I don't know, it had to have been a couple years ago, and I remember exactly who I was talking to. I remember exactly what we were talking about. I know where I was sitting. I know what the day looked like. I know what was running through my mind. And I knew that this individual was talking to me because he's seen greatness in me. Most successful people do not slow down in their day to chop it up with just anybody. Part of becoming successful is understanding that not everybody is acceptable or receptive to the knowledge that you can give them. Because with that knowledge comes a lot of responsibility. With a lot of responsibility, a lot of work. With a lot of work, a lot of trial and error. With a lot of trial and error, a lot of heartbreak. So I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing, and calculating each moment since then. Oh my God, I've made a ton of mistakes. I've made a ton of mistakes. Sorry, I just want to clean that real quick. And the more mistakes I made, the better I got. I have a common saying that when I fall inside of a rut and I'm trying to figure my way out of it in order to elevate to another level of success, I typically pull back, and then the first thing I tell my wife is, I got it. When the idea has come to me after pulling back, I say, I got it. You have no idea how much blessings are waiting for you until you start giving yourself a chance. Till you start getting on your journey and stop living in a life of fear, a life of minimal, until you stop acting out of desperation in a true position of power. Me and my wife lately have been talking about our oldest. Now, we are what's considered a blended family. My wife had a son before we got married, Malachi, and I was fortunate enough to come into their life and be a part of it. For, I think, probably the most important part of it. The most instrumental part in a young man's life. In a boy turned into a young man going into the different phases. And we don't necessarily see eye to eye on how things are supposed to be done. And I take responsibility for that. But I'll be damned, I'm sitting at Starbucks yesterday and I happen to be sitting next to a man who is the chaplain for probably 4 or 5 Fortune 500 companies. I had no idea that Fortune 500 companies even hired chaplains. It's a whole corporation, it's a whole business, it's a whole setup. He says, yeah, we go in there and we talk to their employees, we talk to them, we counsel them, we give them whatever we need. They want to make sure that they're spiritually grounded. Now that says something when a corporation brings in a chaplain or a minister or a reverend to say, just be there for our people. We know how important it is to be spiritually grounded. But what's the chances that this man had inside of his bag, as we get to talking, a whole complete assessment packet on how a father should raise a son? I damn near cried. He knew why I felt that way. We talked for a little while and we had a clear understanding about how things work out. So when I got on this journey a couple years ago, it's come with a lot of twists and turns. But I'll tell you something. Had my life not went in the direction it was, or it had, I don't think I would have been the strong individual I am now. And the fact is, the harder your life is, and you're still here, take that more as a sign that you are not fortunate enough, but take that more as a sign that you were being built up to be enough. I look at my kids right now. Hell, I look at these kids nowadays right now. They soft as medicated cotton. They are soft. They are soft. They are. And that's okay. I'm not saying that that's not okay. What I'm saying is that every generation has a different test. My job, my obligation is not going to be the same that my son's obligation is when it comes in terms of how things are done. My ways will go away. They will adopt new ways, but they will be piggybacking off of my way. And that's why I believe that my journey is a special one. Your journey is a special one. But until you've been able to give yourself some time each and every day for a couple minutes to just sit there and think how many times you should have been dead, how many times your light should have been off and stayed off, how many times that meal should not have been prepared, how many of times that you could have not left that relationship, or how many times you done been in a car accident and walked away when you know you shouldn't have, or how many times and you still here and you're ignoring your journey. You're ignoring your testimony. You're ignoring leaving your mark on this planet to just go in the dirt and turn back to ash. I remember exactly where I was. I remember the exact moment. I remember what I was doing. I remember what I was thinking. I remember what the weather looks like. I remember who I was talking to. And I remember what we were talking about. And I remember exactly what I needed to do after that. You always have that hunger in you to go after more than what you've seen. You just got to put a little muscle with that. And when you feel like you ain't got enough energy, then maybe you need to start paying attention to what you're doing so that you can become full circle. I have a tattoo on my arm that I had done about, I'd say over 20 years ago. I'd say over 18 to 20 years ago. And the tattoo says 360 I evolve. That means 360 degrees, I come full circle. If I can't beat you, I'll go to the gym and I'll work out and I'll try again. If I can't beat you after that, I'll go to the gym every day. I'll cut down on my diets, I'll watch my weight, and then I'll come back after that. If I still can't beat you, I'll go to the gym, I'll watch my diet, I'll trim down a little bit more, and then I'll go read a book on jiu-jitsu. If I still can't beat you, then I won't let one thing go. I'll just add more layers to it. And that's how committed you have to be when you get on your journey, because it's going to require or demand a serious effort. Stay blessed. Take care. Don't ignore your journey. Don't ignore what you were sent here to do. Don't ignore your legacy that you can leave behind. Do not fall short of what you were promised. God bless. Take care. Talk to you soon.